Okay. I wrote the song Dear Moon in December of 2020. It was the first song in what would become the Dear Moon EP. It wasn't the first song that I had written that I had intended to be part of a solo project, but it was the first one that I really felt genuinely proud of. I had spent most of my musical career up to this point playing bass in bands and writing songs for those bands. It felt like a cardinal sin to even consider doing a solo project. During the pandemic, I started to notice my frustration with the way that I was approaching music. My brother came into my room one day when I was very obviously pissed off while practicing, and he said something to me that was so simple, but it shook me at the time. He was just like, you don't have to play bass if you don't want to. You should practice because you enjoy it, not because you feel like you have to. And that kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. I was practicing so much, and I was so frustrated with the pandemic putting a pause on live music that I made myself hate playing. I made myself hate writing songs and just anything having to do with music in general. Everything made me feel inferior. Like, every song that came out that I loved by a band or an artist just made me feel like I wasn't doing enough, or what I was doing wasn't good enough. I was comparing myself to all my peers. If I saw a band doing well on Instagram, or one of my friends even posting a song or a cover that I thought was good, there was just this burning jealousy inside of me, and I hated it. It made me so unhappy. I was comparing myself to all my peers, trying to shove my songwriting into this box of a rock band that it just didn't fit into. The songs that naturally flowed out of me when I wasn't trying were not the punk songs that I wanted them to be, that I thought that they should be. I was frustrated with myself, my bandmates, and honestly just the whole world. Needless to say, this song came to me at a very difficult time in my life. I sometimes feel like this song was a gift from the universe, trying to let me know that everything would be okay. Maybe that's cliche, but I kind of feel that way about it. My friends and I were all graduating high school, and I just felt so fucking lost in life. I didn't know who I was or what I would do. I was watching all the people I grew up with talking about college and their careers and a future I had never even considered. The only plan I ever had was to be a musician and to play in the band I had formed in high school. Felt like the whole world had moved on from that dream without me. Like I had been given a promise and it was just broken.
Okay, this song's called Tamara.
Watching the people who had made promises to each other, to me, that we were all in on music forever, silently break those ties just left me feeling just fucking gutted. I felt so stupid for not even considering the fact that my friends would grow up and go to college and live a life outside of our little garage band. This little band was all that I had. I defined myself by it. I was the bass player in that girl band, and who the hell was I if I didn't have that? I realized I was grasping onto my youth so tightly, it was putting tears in my palms. So that leads us to December of 2020. I was in the shower listening to April by Beach Bunny, and the first line of the song came to me. I couldn't stop replaying it over and over in my head. I didn't want to forget it. That line, make peace with your life because it's all that you can do. I quickly finished my shower and sat down at my computer to track it. Make peace with your life because it's all that you can do. I realized it. I believed it. I had to make peace with what I had. I had no other option. I guess technically I had two options. I could make peace with it and try to grow and move on, or I could wallow in this depression forever. It was like smelling a gas leak, and there was just something in your head screaming at you to light a match. So I grabbed my guitar, and the rest of the song kind of just appeared to me like it had already existed. Sometimes songwriting is easy like that. It just flows. It happens like the song was already out there somewhere, and it's just introducing itself to you. This was one of those times I got lucky. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's a lot of frustration and, I don't know, tears. I'm still really proud of this song. It was the first time I had written anything that was even remotely hopeful. I remember sending it to my friend Nina for the first time and her saying, hey, you actually wrote something kind of happy. I was like, I guess it is? In hindsight, I don't know if it's necessarily happy, but more hopeful. It was at least super different from the fully distorted out power chordy guitar songs I was used to writing. Funny enough, those were all songs I wrote on my acoustic guitar because I did not have an electric guitar at the time. This song to me felt like the mark of change. I knew my life was going in a different direction and I had to make peace with it. I had to unclench my fists and mourn the girl that I no longer was. I think I was depressed at the time. At this point for years, it felt like the whole world was on mute. I didn't feel very much joy. Year after year, the color drained out of the sky, and I honestly thought I would never be happy again. Which I know is a little dramatic, but that's how I was feeling. I would find glimpses of it in small moments, but everything just felt gray, like concrete. Maybe if I fell in love again, maybe if I wrote another song, if I met new people, if I played new shows, I'd be able to fill this void that was beginning to grow inside me. But I didn't know what the answer was. It felt like I was letting down all of the people around me, and I kept trying to assure myself that I would figure it out, even though I didn't really believe it. I felt like I was trying to convince everyone else and myself that I could pull it together. I just kept thinking to myself, this can't be all that life has to offer. I just kept hoping that I could be happy again, that I would find that juvenile spirit that used to drive me, that comforted me, that filled me with purpose. This song was the start of a process of finding myself, figuring out who the fuck I was outside of this little band that only I seemed to care about, the process of filling my soul. I really do feel like this song was a gift, but most of all, it was a cry out to the moon, begging for something more. Dear Moon is out now on all streaming platforms. Please go listen to it. I'll put a link in the description. And my next single is coming out. It is called Wings, and it's coming out May 23rd. So, keep an eye out for that. And if you enjoyed this video, like and prescribe. And I have an EP coming out. It is called Dear Moon, and I'm just so excited to share it with the world. If you made it this far, thank you for listening to me ramble about something probably only I care about. But I appreciate the support, and big things coming, brother. Okay, thanks, bye.